All right, so we've got a Bernini fountain that's going to be coming up a little bit later on in the show. This little bird feeder is an adorable addition. So we'll get to that, but before we do, this is the Bernini set of 2 40-foot no-kink expanding metal hoses and nozzles. When Bernini came to QVC, how many years ago was that now, Ginger? Like 15, 17? At least. They came with a brand new mousetrap when it came to a hose. A garden hose used to always be that big, heavy plastic thing that would get kinks in it and not work and then heat up and break. This is the new Bernini hose, which again is a kink-free hose.
Yes.
Lighter weight and
Lightweight.
Still very effective. And I have 2 of these that are hooked up to the front of our house.
You do.
That we use to water our plants in the front of the house and we use to clean our cars. They come in 4 colors, the gray, and of course that just refers to the color of the nozzle. So this is the gray and you get a set of 2 of these. Here's the green, you have the blue, or you have the set of 2 in the red. And each one of these 40 inches, how much do they weigh? Like
each one is 3 pounds.
3 pounds.
So 6 pounds if you're putting 2 of them together,
right.
Which is great because you know what? Sometimes 40 is just not enough and you want to be able to extend it around the side of your home. But you wouldn't be able to do this, Jane, with a rubber hose.
Right.
Because it would be too heavy. And first of all, one of the biggest things that I remember growing up, go clean up the hose. Go put the hose around the hose reel. And I must have been about 6 years old when my mother first, or my father first said that. And I remember those hoses would always get the kinks in them.
Right.
And then guess what? You can't get them out. Once you get a kink in it, it always stays there and it compromises that flow of water. This won't happen with this one because it is kink-free, we love that, UV resistant, puncture resistant, corrosion resistant, and that's because it's made of that 304 stainless steel. And you can see others that maybe you've had them, they've rusted out and you've thrown them away versus ours, which is right here, that you don't have to worry about. That's the high grade stainless steel. Now we've put this to the test and what we've done is not only shown you where we have put over 60 knots in it, but guess what it does? It still has the flow of water. So it doesn't matter if you have those 60 knots, you still have that flow of water. And the flow of water comes out in a nice fine mist. And actually you're getting 2 of those hose nozzles, which is really great. Fine mist or a second floor jet spray to be able to get all of that pollen.
Not the cobwebs.
I say not the cobwebs. How about the pollen? The pollen is what's killing me now. So just getting the pollen off to watering those really delicate plants and everything in between. You have a great coupler that's on this too. And that's important because we wanted to make sure and not give you, most of the hoses have those tiny little couplers. This is that stress point when you connect this to your house.
Right.
And when you're pulling your hose to try and get more hose, you know, when you don't know if you're at the end, that's the stress point. That's what usually ends up breaking. We wanted to make sure you had something really nice and comfortable to hold on to. Exactly, very ergonomic for you to hold on to, and also that was gonna make sense when you attach it easily to your home. Now
I'm gonna do dance.
Yeah, let's switch over here again.
So and while I'm doing that, I'll just tell you the colors here. We have the red, and you get 2 of these. And of course, we have them separate because there's 2 hoses, 2 nozzles that come with them. But you can put these end to end if you want. So if you want 80 feet, you can put them together and just use one of the nozzles. In the red, we have only 500 remaining. Here's the blue. There are 525. In the green, 550, and in the gray, there's about 900 of those. So get whatever color works best for you. You know, sometimes I think having the contrast colors so that you can see it and it's not disappearing in the grass is also helpful.
I think so too. I'm with you. So what we did with this was just to kind of demonstrate and show you puncture resistant. We put it to the test. This is the bed of nails, which I just kind of let it go. Guess what? It's not puncturing. It's not going to rust. It's UV protected. Even this, for those of you who don't get too close to that, because this is like dangerous. So for those of you who have those fence posts, or maybe you have barbed wire, you're just trying to pull your hose around the corner, it's not going to get stuck, but more importantly, it's not going to puncture, which is really, really super important. I want to show you the coiling action because I didn't show you that with this one.
Okay.
Let me show you how cool that this is. So water's on, right? Let me make sure that that's on. Okay.
Yep.
There we go. And you see the coiling action here. It's kind of filling up with water. It's very, very impressive. But when I turn this off and I turn the water off,
see it?
Do you see that?
Stops moving.
It stops moving, and it kind of, it's like almost like a snake.
We'll do that again.
It goes again. Okay,
ready?
let's
All
turn
right.
it on again.
Turn it on again.
And okay, do you see that? It's just kind of moving. It's very, very impressive to see it. But it's great because it stores really nicely, and as I turn it off, you can see it'll kind of coil back and kind of go back down. So, and then go back up again when you're filling it up with water. So it's just super duper cool for you to be able to use this and then store it away.
And the nozzle as a separate purchase, again, if you think about how much those are, this one is easy. You don't have a trigger. You just turn it to the desired amount of spray. So you don't have to hold a trigger, you know, and which can be exhausting.
You don't have to hold on to anything. The great thing is too, we tell you right here which way to turn it. So you're not turning it down here, you're turning it up here. So that just kind of gives you an idea because some of you were wondering about that. But I love the fact that we have the fireman's hose nozzle and not just one, but two of them. And all this with the coupler is like dynamite.
So, and we went end to end with this, and we've got 80 feet.
80 feet of hose. It's
when
incredible.
It's time to put it away.
Oh yeah, let me just show you that real quick, girl. Look at this. At the end.
Excuse me.
Okay, at the end, look at this. All you're gonna do is wind that bad boy up because it's only 6 pounds for 40 feet. So look at that. Very, very easy. Wrap it around. 2 of them connected. You can even connect more than 2, like I have like 4 of them connected, and there you go, all wound up.
They
40, done.
continue consistently to be some of the most effective and yet easy to navigate hoses that we've purchased.
Yes.
We love them at the Brown House. M95272